I've had secret federal filings filed on me that I'm committing crimes, referred to the Justice Department, which of course wasn't true. We'd already filed it in federal court months before. They didn't even check it. If you're going to frame somebody and lie about them to damn federal court, with the know it's already filed in damn court, you bastard. So you. And anybody else that tries to go on your, you want war, you got it. We're going to beat these people. I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but it's been a hard fight.
Wow. This weekend, Alex Jones went through a series of pretty bizarre meltdowns, in part due to his enormous legal troubles. In fact, he could be legally required soon to shut down Infowars if the families of the Sandy Hook victims who he defamed and was found guilty of defaming get their way in court. Now on Sunday, the family's lawyers filed an emergency motion. And in that emergency motion, they stated that Jones's media company, Free Speech Systems, has yet to show any intention of paying off the massive $1.5 billion judgment against it and Alex Jones. Now, both Jones and Free Speech Systems filed for bankruptcy reorganization after the judgment was reached. Typically, that's done in order to skirt responsibilities in paying the judgment. But the family's lawyers state that Free Speech Systems has no prospect of getting its reorganization plan approved by a court. So the emergency motion has asked the bankruptcy judge to liquidate the media company, Free Speech Systems, and by selling off its assets, those proceeds would then be paid to the families in order to pay some portion of the judgment against Alex Jones. Here's what the finances of Jones and his company look like, and buckle up, lots of juicy details here. According to the most recent financial statements filed in the bankruptcy court, Jones personally has about $9 million in assets, including his $2.6 million Austin area home and other real estate. He also listed his living expenses at about $69,000 for April alone, including about $16,500 for expenses on his home, including maintenance, housekeeping, and insurance. I feel like a lot of people live on way less than $69,000 a month.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you. Yeah, so if you're gonna get sued and you're likely going to lose and you're gonna declare bankruptcy, buy a giant home because they can't take your home. So he has a giant home in Austin, but on top of that, he's saying these are the bare minimum expenses. I did the math on it. That's $840,000 a year post taxes in bare minimum expenses. Okay, so by the way, if you're happy to finance that lifestyle by buying the penis and brain pills he sells, God bless your heart. It's a free country.
It's a free market.
Yeah.
Do you booze?
Yeah, but it's also a country of laws, and one of our laws are laws around defamation, et cetera, in the cases that he lost. So since he lost those cases and we have a justice system here, he has to pay those folks. There's actually an easy solution to this. But first of all, I can't believe his Amish friend isn't helping him at all. I thought the Amish were better than this. If you show the video again, you'll see that on the panel there appears to be a Amish gentleman, but I'm just having fun.
If you show the video, it appears that there are two people on that set that are terrified by his meltdown.
Oh yeah, even the guy that you could barely see who looks like a third of Sam Cedar, okay? Even that guy, he looks like he's like almost withdrawing from the set.
I mean, how could you not? He looks like he's about to explode. I mean, he is exploding. He's in the process of exploding right now.
Yeah. My favorite is when he cries later, and that is actually, see the Amish dude on the left.
Look at that guy. He's like
third Sam Cedar on the right.
Oh, I really wish I wasn't here right now.
Okay, anyways, seriously, back to the important stuff. So there's actually an easy answer to this. What the lawyers are asking for is $8.5 million a year, and I hope you're sitting. That's only half of Infowars' profits every year. And so that's actually a fairly easy thing to do. And they ask it for over 10 years. And if they have earnings above $9 million, take 50% of that too. So it's easy to understand here. Basically, the lawyers are asking for half of his profits, not revenue, profits going forward. Actually, Alex Jones should take that deal.
100%, and maybe we should consider selling boner pills.
No, I know. Look, that's what's so frustrating here, guys. We ask you guys to become members, etc. That's like a normal, legitimate way, like if you're subscribing to the New York Times or whatever, right? Or to cable. These guys are all hucksters, so they sell miracle shakes and brain pills. Like, that audience is gonna get smarter. Sorry, but come on.
There's no pill that makes you smarter.
But the folks who think they need the pill are the ones that are gonna take the pill and think it's gonna work. Anyway, and mainly he sells penis pills, and because the frogs are gay, you're gonna need these and stuff.
Right.
So that's how he makes his money, but he does make his money from that audience, bless their hearts, free country, right? So just give half your thing, you owe the money anyway. But no, he's a lying cheat. That's why he has to go and cry like a little baby and say, I don't want to pay my bills, I'm a deadbeat. And now conservatives are like, deadbeats, we love deadbeats.
He could try not defaming people whose children were slaughtered in a mass shooting. That could also help out, but I want to get into some of the details about the supplements he sells, because according to the Associated Press, Infowars' parent company, Free Speech Systems, which employs 44 people, had nearly $4 million in cash on hand at the end of April. The business made nearly $3.2 million in April, including from selling the dietary supplements, clothing, and other items that Jones promotes on his show, while listing $1.9 million in expenses. Now, Free Speech Systems has offered to pay the judgment at $7 million to $10 million annually, but the families countered with a proposal that Jones liquidate his assets or pay them at least $8.5 million annually for 10 years, plus 50% of any income over $9 million. Yeah. So with those details in mind, Cenk, you still think that's a good deal for Alex Jones?
I do, because look at the math. I just did it. So 3.2 to 1.9, that means his profit in that month alone was $1.3 million. And April's not necessarily a good month in digital media. So, but let's just times it by 12, that's 15.6. You take away 8.5 from that, it's a little over half of the profits. It's not anywhere near the revenue. So he's got a comfortable margin. And so, yeah, I mean, look, Alex Jones probably isn't gonna take the deal because he's gonna try to hide every single nickel there is. And he's a terrible person, and he probably has definitely has no remorse about what he did to those families, chasing one of them around the whole country, his maniac followers threatening to kill them, etc. But he's like, yeah, but I'm selling them boner pills, so right? But now as soon as somebody touches half his money, he's a sobbing mess. Like, he never cries over anyone else getting hurt, ever, ever, ever.
That's a good point.
But the minute that his own finances are hurt, and he totally melts. He's such a bitch, right? And so, like, if you showed any compassion to any other human being, okay, that's one thing. But when all you care about is your money and how to trick the people that trust you the most, your own audience, trick them into thinking that their penises will be larger or that they'll be smarter if they buy your junk. So that's the kind of despicable guy he is. And as with Donald Trump, yeah, the people that they attack are victims, right? But the people that follow them are actually their marks, their biggest victims, because they rob them blind. Alex Jones isn't trying to get money from the left or independents or whatever. He gets money from the people who make the mistake of believing him. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.